What's up, y'all? Bring guys another video. So I'm sure everybody has seen it by now. Jake Paul stopped Ben Askren in the first round of their fight over the weekend. Before I get more into the video, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more boxing and please hit that like button. It helps out the video, it helps out the channel. Really appreciate it. So yeah, Jake Paul landed a big right hand, which was expected. I mean, if you look at Ben Askren, the way his strike game, the way he boxes, leading up to this fight, the way you watch his footage of him training leading up to this fight, you know that he can't punch. The dude can't punch. He's a great wrestler, but the dude can't box. And at least to me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, leading up to this fight, a lot of people expected Ben Askren to get knocked out. They were just all hoping that Ben Askren would beat Jake Paul. They're all wishing that Jake Paul would get his ass whooped, this and that, because they just don't like Jake Paul. A lot of people don't like Jake Paul, and that's the main reason why people, I guess were wishfully thinking that Ben Askren can somehow pull off the miracle and beat Jake Paul, but that's not the case. This ain't MMA. This is boxing, and Jake Paul actually has decent boxing skills, like it or not. He's better than the average Joe that you see walking down the street. At least in my opinion. I mean, out of a million people, he could probably beat. Well, I don't know. Definitely at least 1/4 of them. That's for sure. And when it comes to boxing, at least. But anyway, the fight lasted pretty fast. Jake Paul won. The event was more of a concert. I don't know, man. $50 for this. I didn't pay for it. My brother paid for it, so I guess it's still money in the family. But still, I don't know, man. I enjoyed the event. I enjoyed the night because a lot of family and friends were over. My fiance was watching it with us. A lot of music. We chatted more than actually paying attention to the event. When it came to the main event, that's when I actually, started paying attention to the event, the actual event. Oh, except for the Regis Gray fight too. I was watching that. That one I was paying attention to as well. But the two other fights prior to that, the Steve Cunningham fight and the millionaire guy, English millionaire guy, Fournier, whatever his name is. I watched those fights, but I wasn't like fully paying attention to it compared to the last two fights, I guess. But I'll make another video about those fights. But anyway, the event was more of a concert. Jake Paul, there was Justin Bieber and all those other artists. There's too many music in my opinion. Way too many music. Oscar De La Hoya was drunk or on something else. The commentary I couldn't really listen because honestly I was talking more with my fiance or with my buddy, so I wasn't really, or with my cousins who were also over watching this event. I was mainly talking to people who were watching this event with us than more of really paying attention to the commentary. Basically, I couldn't hear the commentary, but looking at social media, it seems like I missed out on a lot of the commentary with Oscar De La Hoya with his comments. But anyway, with this win, Jake Paul is now an undefeated 3-0 professional boxer. 3-0, 3 wins, 3 knockouts or TKOs, and he's doing pretty well. I mean, staying active. He's basically still moving up, like starting over. I mean, he's just starting up, and him fighting, staying active this much, it's good. I think it's good. I think he should keep it up, fight every few months, and maybe by the end of the year, who knows? Maybe he'll be 5 or 6-0, depending on who he fights. And as for Ben Askren, he suffers his first professional fight as a professional boxer. After this fight, he pretty much said he's done. He's gonna, he got paid more than $500,000. He's going into coaching wrestling, which is something he loves to do. I mean, after all, he is a former wrestler, Olympian. I was watching some footage of him. Man, he looked really skinny back then. He obviously didn't give a shit about this fight. He didn't prepare at all for this fight. He didn't care if he lost or what. That's the way I look at it. He knew he was getting paid some good money, and he didn't give a crap. That's basically what it is. He didn't give a crap whether he gets knocked out or not. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know Ben Askren that much. I mean, all I know about him is he got knocked out by Masvidal, and he now got knocked out by Jake Paul. And he's a very good, a great wrestler. But other than that, not much. and he sucks at boxing. But yeah, he seems like he's a pretty humble guy, man. I mean, he seems like he's a pretty cool guy, and I wish him nothing but the best. Um, hopefully he does well in whatever he decides to do next, and good luck to him. Uh, so when it comes to Jake Paul, it looks like he called out a certain fighter, uh, the younger brother of a great world champion, Tommy Fury, the younger brother of Tyson Fury. Tommy Fury is pretty well known in the UK. Currently 5-0, 4 wins coming by way of knockout TKO. He hasn't really fought anyone legitimate. If you look at his resume, the fighters he's fought have been horrible. Let's be honest, guys who have 0 wins. I mean, look at this. The best fight, if him and Jake Paul fight each other, that would be the best fighter Tommy Fury has ever fought. Jake Paul, and that's So it's a celebrity fight. Tommy Fury, is, if you guys don't know, he's a pretty popular celebrity in the UK. So once COVID's over, I think they would sell big numbers over in the UK or here in the States. I think people will fly from the UK to here in the States to see this fight. Eventually, I think we might see this fight if both fighters keep winning. Maybe one day we might see them fight each other. You never know. You never know. So hopefully we see them fight each other. Jake Paul, honestly, I don't know who he can fight because it seems like he's willing to fight MMA guys. Um, and some MMA guys are willing to fight him, so he might end up fighting just MMA guys because I'm sure the commissioners will allow MMA fighters to become professional boxers. Will give them a boxing license to have their pro debut as a boxer, whether they have a boxing background or not. And Jake Paul might target those guys without really much of a boxing background. And honestly, his chance of beating the MMA fighters without much of a boxing background, he has a very good chance of beating them, in my opinion. So who knows? Who knows who Jake Paul might end up fighting next? Um, yeah, I just hope it's someone decent, someone who actually can test his skills, see how good he really is as a boxer, and we'll move from there. And this event apparently did like what? The official numbers are not in yet, but it did more than 1 million pay-per-view buys, which is insane. Good money for both guys. Very good money for both guys. So, yeah. If you saw the fight, you saw the event, let me know what did you think about it. I'll talk more about the other fights in another video, in other videos, and yeah, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and like always, have a great day. All right, thanks.